I inquired as to whether or not they were under investigation, and the company confirmed a number of investigations, including this one. So that was part of potentially what may have come out if they had filed their 10K at this point, but they haven't. So some of the stuff that typically shows up there hasn't come out yet in terms of what's been going on in the last couple months of the fourth quarter for other reasons, because they've had to restate earnings. So
do we know yet what they're under investigation for and how that might compare with Salix?
We don't know precisely what they're under investigation for, though. A source says that it's separate from the Salix investigation. It's actually into Valeant, but we don't know what exactly. There are obviously accounting concerns that have been raised by the restatement and their relationship with this mail-order pharmacy Philidor. So that's the one that's most obvious because there's been a restatement as a potential candidate, but it's unclear at this point.
And of course, there were some headlines just about an hour ago in which Moody's said it may cut Valeant Pharmaceuticals' rating. Valeant, of course, relying on the debt market to make a lot of its acquisitions.
Yeah, Valeant has some $30 billion in debt right now. So the question is, how are they going to pay that back? And how are they going to pay that back if their business model is constrained? And some of the traditional ways that they have pulled levers is they've bought companies and they've grown earnings that way. They've raised prices on drugs. They've already said they're not doing that anymore. So the question is, can their base business grow in an organic way? And it's possible that it can, but they really need to prove that. That's what investors are sitting and waiting for. And that's what there was a call today that was scheduled for the morning before they said Mike Pearson was coming back. And I think everyone had been eagerly awaiting that update to know what's really going on with the business. And so now we have to wait a little bit longer. They haven't set a date for that yet, but that's what everyone's going to be looking out for.
So in terms of the investigation, what is next for Valeant? What's the process?
I'm sure there are going to be questions just into what exactly it is, and there'll be disclosures at some point that'll probably clarify some of that. So that's just what we'll have to wait for on that front, seeing what else is to come from that. But really, they have a number of investigations and legal issues at the moment that they're dealing with, and so it's not surprising that this is yet another one that they're going to have to settle in the next couple months or even years. Sometimes these things drag out, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Nonetheless, the stock down at one point was 21%.
Yeah, ugly.
Yeah, dropping the most since 2011. Cynthia, thanks very much.